Hello Libra, this is Victoria and I'm here with your June forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your personal space and love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you guidance from the universe on how to best utilize the energy of the month of June. At the end, I'll post some messages from your person of interest to yourself. We will begin with a quick oracle message. This is going to be the wisdom of the Oracle the wisdom of the Oracle deck. And then we'll move on with the main reading. These readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Libra. So if you're watching this for your sun sign, please check out videos for your other placements as well. All right, and of course, if you're new to the channel, please check out the description box with more information about my content and services. I do personals, I do coaching sessions, so reach out if you're interested in any of those. With all that said, let's begin. So Libra, for you, the message is breathe. Who better to breathe than an air sign, right? But you know what? Sometimes Libra can get caught up in the moment, especially when deciding how do I make this a win-win situation? How do I find the best compromise? How do I make this a friendly situation so we can both be happy with the outcome, right? And it can get you out of breath. So it's important to get grounded and to come back to self and to maybe literally do breathing exercises, or at least check in with yourself how you feel, right? A little bit out of the context of how do we make it work? What is going to be best for both of us, right? And maybe get a little bit selfish and focus on where you are emotionally, mentally, whatever makes sense. I got this deck out for today's read. This is the Light Seers Tarot, one of my favorites. I've been using different decks here and there for the reading, but for you Libra, I picked this one. Hope you guys are doing great. If you enjoyed the video, for anyone watching, please hit that like button so it gets populated, that it reaches people, and so that I can continue publishing these videos for free. Alrighty, so for personal space and love life, you have Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Just making sure. Okay. For your career and workspace, Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Wands. And finally, the advice from the universe is Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, this is Sagittarian energy, and Three of Wands. But mostly it's minor arcana, so it means that there's so much in your hands, Libra, of what's going on, so much that you can do to upgrade your life, to rethink something. We have Mercury retrograde starting up in a couple of weeks, and we're already in the shadow period of that retrograde. So we're slowly getting into that point of like where everything slows down communication wise. Travel may get delayed as well. There could be breakdowns with the technology, but most importantly, we are asked to look within and to reflect on our communications, our communication style, our love language. How do we make ourselves clear to our partner, and are we listening to them? Do we make effort, right? Like all these different things and different themes, I would say. So just keep that in mind and know that it doesn't mean don't communicate or don't have difficult conversations. It just means that it may take a little bit more of your attention and presence so that it doesn't get blown out of proportion, right? Or that the other side actually hears you and you can work out whatever needs working out rather than just shutting down, because that's not a response either. And sometimes, by the way, it's okay to ask for some space, right? Because that could be your Mercury retrograde, where you actually need some time or some space alone to figure things out for yourself, right? Anyways, Libra, for your personal space and love, you have 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and 9 of Cups. So some kind of an intention or a wish that you made some time ago is coming about now, right? It could have been even as far as from your childhood, or it could just be a long time ago. It could have been about a person who actually left your life eventually, and you already stopped thinking about it, because you were manifesting that story. You wanted something to happen there, and that person disappeared, and now they're coming around again for a second chance, right? To plant new seeds, to rewrite the previous story. And I'm hearing have some fun together, so take it as you will. It doesn't really have to be a romantic partner. One thing I would say, it can also be a friend or a family member, right? But somebody who you want to build close relationship with, trusted relationship. When it comes to your work, we have Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, and King of Wands. You can possibly have a fire sign in your environment that will be very helpful in your current phase of work, your current season, whatever your goals and intentions are in your workplace. So fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sag, and this could also be an older person or a more experienced person, but somebody who has mastered the craft. Like, they own it, they know what it is, they know the business, the domain, you know, and they are there to help you, because you are looking a little more, I don't want to say naive because it has a negative connotation in the English language, but I would say innocent, right? Like, you have big eyes and, you know, a lot of dreams, but maybe you haven't really thought it all through, or you don't see the pitfalls, so like the possible risks that are necessary to be spotted in time, you know? So this person could be of help there. It's up to you, of course, how you want to approach it. The approach where you follow your heart and, you know, make decisions with the connection to your heart space are just as valid. So you will at least be able to decide for yourself how you want to play this, right? The only tricky part is if you think you're making decisions out of the heart space, but actually it's part of your ego overriding it, which sometimes happens, especially when we don't have a lot of experience tuning into our heart space, our soul, our guides, right? So it really depends on where you are with those skills and how can you interpret the message. I'm hearing that whether you decide to listen to the King of Wands ideas and opinions or you do it on your own, there will be a positive outcome, meaning that you'll learn something very important. But of course, those will be different lessons, so do with it what you will, Libra. And then finally, for the advice from the universe, we have the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Wands. So you see the Wands, this fiery energy, something exciting is coming up for you. But that's even more reason to stay grounded and kind of surrender to the universe rather than try and change things and make things, right? That's why you had that breathe card. It's important to, like, even with the wands here, like with Three of Wands, about setting intentions. It's that card where you're waiting for ships to come in, right? Or I don't know, if you're a surfer, like here, maybe you're waiting for better weather or something, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. And here the Page of Wands is dancing, so it's more about kind of its movement, but doesn't necessarily mean travel from one spot to another. So, you know, there is a variety here, and there is a variety of interpretation of the downloads that you're getting for yourself. All right, let's get some messages for Libra from that person of interest. Messages for Libra. Wow, Five of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Oof. And Knight of Swords. Wow. Yeah, your person definitely feels like they're fighting an unfair battle somewhere, and I'm sensing that it's not with you, but there are definitely other people involved where they're trying to understand what kind of position they should assume. And I know it may not sound good, and for some of them, it just isn't a good situation anyway. It's like they're being pulled apart. I'm sensing this energy of like when you're pulled into all the different directions and nobody cuts you a slack. You're supposed to perform everywhere. You're supposed to maintain a certain status. You're supposed to meet certain expectations. Let's put it that way, right? But it's hard, and they want to explain. They want you to have more insight into what it means, into why they feel they have to do it, but they're struggling to find the words. They're struggling to be able to communicate. Again, we were just talking about Mercury retrograde, and for some people it will feel like that, like, you know, they're choking up on when they're trying to say something, right? Or they knew what they were supposed to say, but in the moment they get cold feet and they say nothing. So maybe you can encourage your person to share by creating a safe space and either sharing something sensitive, something discreet from your side to build that trusted space, right? Or you can at least give them an invitation and say, you know, I'm here for you, whatever it is, we'll figure it out. I want you to be able to share anything with me if you want to make this work, you know, and hold that space, but be as honest as you can and actually maintaining that high vibe energy where you're like energetically it feels like you're holding them really. And that's what is going to be necessary for this conversation, because they're already having a hard time even without having to talk about it with you, and this just adds additional pressure. Okay, I am gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, Libra. I hope this was useful for you guys. If so, don't forget to like the video and of course subscribe to my channel, and until next time.